We have seen that for Plato, the world in which we live is just a shadow of reality. Things in the physical world only distantly approach the perfect and eternal things that exist in the heavenly realm of the forms. To find knowledge, our goal is to get beyond the illusions cast by this world and to attune our minds to the eternal truths which exist outside of our world. True justice and equality, even the true chair and horse, are eternal ideas which have always existed and would have existed whether or not humans, horses, and chairs had ever existed on earth. It is awareness of these forms for Plato which counts as knowledge. Like Plato, Aristotle believes that knowing the form of a thing is important for truly understanding that thing. But unlike Plato, Aristotle does not believe that forms exist outside of matter as a separate thing in an eternal realm of ideas. For Aristotle, a form is just the shape or order imposed in matter to make matter into the kind of thing it is. Forms are within matter, and there is no matter without form, as there is no form without matter. Like Plato, Aristotle believes that knowing the form of a thing is important for truly understanding that thing. But unlike Plato, Aristotle does not believe that forms exist outside of matter as a separate thing in an eternal realm of ideas. For Aristotle, a form is just a shape or order imposed in matter to make matter into the kind of thing it is. Forms are within matter, and there is no matter without form, nor is there form without matter. So think back to something like Plato's idea of the horse. For Plato, whether or not horses had ever existed, the idea of the horse is eternal, and a horse on earth, though never the perfect idea of a horse, becomes a horse by partially embodying that eternal idea. Embodying that idea is what makes the horse what it is. And true knowledge is when we look beyond the physical horse in the world to understand the idea of horse. Same would be said for Plato of justice. There's poor examples of partial justice on earth, so we can only learn the idea of true justice by looking beyond earth and up to the eternal idea which exists outside of any human experience, outside of the physical world, as the perfect idea of justice. For Aristotle, on the other hand, something like a triangle is just the form that earthly triangles and earthly things take to be in the shape of a triangle. The form of a person, or the form human, is just something that exists within matter in the shape of a human, just like the form of the horse. There's no separate realm of ideas. There's no idea that exists separate from being embodied within matter. And so for Aristotle, this entire realm of being is no longer necessary or real. This means that for Plato, we obtain knowledge by overcoming the allure of the half-real physical world and getting to know the eternal world of forms. For Aristotle, our world is real and is a source of knowledge. The forms give order to the world, and forms never exist apart from the physical world.